back in 2002. There's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Philadelphia Eagles. This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Jones now. to throw on third down.
He spots his tight end Keene over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. English. He'll get this one to Patrick. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 44-yard line.
On second down now, Clinton. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On first and 10, English. That one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. Looking to throw. English. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, It's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter. Clinton, he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, Clinton. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And I believe they've buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Room to run past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down. English. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Tim Patrick as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it to make it now 13-0.
Makes the score Eagles 13. Patriots nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock.
Here's Jones on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Being chased out left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Jones, a final shot before break. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. Clinton, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. English. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Now Jones throwing on third and long. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on second down. English flushed out right. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half. And that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security. And none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Rolling to his right. And that's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On second and 10, Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
On first down, Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Right back to him on first down. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
106 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On first down, Clinton. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On second down, Clinton, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On third down, Clinton. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The kick by Elliott is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll start on the ground with Harris, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. New England on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. And he's got his target, Harris. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Second and 6 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a third down. Looking to throw. Jump under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
That's another Patriots first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. That catch good for only a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Clinton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Off the play fake. English steps away. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line ready to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Jones.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Here's Jones. And that's caught left side by the tight end Keene. And he will get out of bounds with 23 seconds to play as he does pick up a first down.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Jones. Pass complete to Harris. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on first down. To throw is Jones.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Eagles, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be back home next week.